Happy Friday, boils and gargoyles. JT coming at you with Creature Feature Friday once again. Today we're looking at the Boneyard.
Something's happening at the county morgue.
Nuisance. Bad dog. Doesn't Baby Wavy recognize Lieutenant Jersey? See?
Just give us the tags, will you, Miss Poopin' Plus?
Something bad.
Are you sure you want to see this?
Something very bad.
They've got to be warned. Warned? The bodies we saw, they're not dead.
Welcome to the Boneyard, when a psychic uncovers an ancient curse of the undead. There is no escape.
What the hell are these things?
You guys had some kind of weird party around here or something? There's got to be another way out of here.
Oh my God, run! Get down! Touch this!
The Boneyard.
Party hardy.
Now, The Boneyard is a 1991 film directed by Richard Cummins, starring Ed Nelson, Norman Fell, and Phyllis Diller. Now, The Boneyard is a zany one. Being in 91, this movie kind of came out around the time where horror was starting to take like a big comedy turn. Like, we came out of the 80s, Freddy started getting, if you think about it, Nightmare on Elm Street movies started getting funnier as they came out. So by this time we were hitting, Nightmare on Elm Street 5 probably. Was probably the last one. That one had like, and 4. It really started with 3. I guess they all had like a comedy feel to them. So horror started taking like a horror comedy turn. And you had Evil Dead 2 and House, movies like that. So they were all like horror comedy, dark comedy, but still gory and weird. And I love that time period. I love the early 90s when it was horror and comedy. There was a lot of good films. Like, one comes to my mind is My Boyfriend's Back. I always enjoyed that one. It had like a great zombie horror comedy feel to it. Return of the Living Dead's another example. We just started getting all these movies that was mixing horror and comedy. And The Boneyard is no different. The Boneyard starts out, this detective has found these 3 dead bodies. They're little kids. And if you haven't seen this, there might be some spoilers, so go ahead and pause it and go see it and then come back and watch this review. But this detective is looking for he found these 3 bodies that a morgue keeper had put up somewhere. So he comes to this lady's house who's like a psychic, and he's trying to get her back. I guess she's helped with cases before, but it's kind of too much for her. She's kind of like the tortured soul character. So he's trying to beg her back. She ends up coming back, and they start watching some videos of this morgue caretaker that he's saying that it's his family's curse, that the 3 kids are not really dead, that they're demons. It's basically his his family curse has been to watch over them for over generations. I guess his dad and his dad before him. So they go to the morgue to actually check out these bodies, and Phyllis Diller is the mortician, I guess. She's not really a mortician, she like owns the morgue. And her character was crazy in this. I read that they paid her to I guess she was bigger in the 70s, but they paid her to not wear any wigs in this movie, so her hair's like wispy and crazy looking. But yeah, they go to examine these 3 kids, and the kids actually end up coming alive, and they're really ghoulish looking, like Evil Dead style, basically zombies. So they're like attacking everybody in the morgue, and it becomes just a fight for survival. Then there's 2 detectives, the psychic lady, and then there's this girl that they're getting ready to operate on that they think's dead while they're there, and when they start cutting on her, she comes alive. And then she starts having like a little crush for the young detective in this movie, so that was an interesting take. But yeah, you can see the kids here on the back, very ghoulish, and it's kind of like, not Evil Dead style, but maybe zombie style, like if they get bit, they end up turning into one, or something like that. It's kind of never really explained how they become. Yeah, it is with Phyllis Diller's character, I guess. She gets slimed in the mouth, and then she ends up turning into this giant creature that they have to fight. And it's very like, if you're a fan, Dead Alive is another great example. If you're fans of that kind of over-the-top gore, this movie is right up your alley because it has that. And some of the creatures in it reminded me of Dead Alive. But Phyllis Diller has this poodle. I guess I'm skipping ahead a little bit. She's got this poodle who's kind of like a terror, and at the end of the movie, the poodle gets, I guess you'd say, infected and becomes this giant poodle creature, and that's what as they're escaping the morgue, they have to fight this giant poodle, and the creature effects is really good. I mean, it's I don't know if this is 100% correct or not, but I think the creature creator or the monster effects creators from the House movies worked on this film. I could be wrong. But yeah, if you're into horror comedy and splat stick, I guess you could call it, over the top zaniness, The Boneyard is definitely one for you. I think there's a better release of this out now. And this DVD is very, very old school, called collectible. This is put out by Zia Home Entertainment. It's not burned, but it's just the menus and everything are super old. Like if you have this one, you know what I'm talking about. But it's got some good interviews and stuff with the director. I think the director only done a couple other movies, maybe a movie and a short or something after this. So don't know if he had a bad experience on this or what. But yeah, if you're into that kind of thing, Dead Alive, Nightmare on Elm Street, zaniness, House, horror comedy stuff, check out The Boneyard. I give this one 7 out of 10 bats, or skulls, or brains, whichever rating we're going to go with here. I dig it. Go check it out, guys. Till next time. Peace.